So we've got this pretty horrible looking integration here, right? Now there's so much going on, but the trick is when we do it in our heads, right? If you were to try and find the area under the curve for x plus 2x, right? Well, what we do here is we'd say it's the area under the curve for this one, right? Plus the area under the curve for this one. And we can figure them out separately, right? And then add them together. So whenever we see a plus or a minus sign, we can split the integral across there. Okay, so let me go ahead and let's split it across those pluses and minuses to make life easier. Now you do this in your head, right? You can either break it up and write it out individually, but I'll do it this way because I think it might explain how we do this. So do you see how I've got that minus there? It used to be minus 3 divided by x squared. Now I'm just going to take a step and I'm going to make it equal to 3x to the minus 2. So how did I do that? So it's really hard to integrate something if it's got like a divide by uh, symbol underneath it. So it's easier to move that to the top and make it a negative. So if you've got something like 1/2, right? You punch it in your calculator, that's equal to 0.5. But that's also equal to 2 to the minus 1. Punch that into your calculator. So you can imagine if you swap over the side of the fraction line, so you swap sides, you swap signs. That's the key takeaway here. So swap sides, swap signs. Originally it was just the power of 1, and now it's the power of -1. Okay, and then we do the same thing for the rest of them. And I'm going to leave this 1 divided by x as is. I'll explain in a second. Okay, so there's this formula, and it's on your formula sheet. If you try and integrate x to the power of n, right, where n is some number, that's equal to, right, x n plus 1 all divided by n plus 1, and then it will also say plus c. So this to the power of 5 is going to be nice and easy, right? Likewise, instead of writing it just as a square root of x, we can write it as x to the power of 1/2, and that'll make our lives a lot easier. So x to the power of 5 plus 1, all divided by 5 plus 1, and then minus by 3, right? 3, x to the power of minus 2 plus 1, all divided by minus 2 plus 1. Okay, and then this case over here, we've got that 4, and we've got x minus, x 1/2 minus 1/2. So 0.5 minus 1, I've got myself mixed up there. X to the power of 1/2 minus 1. So 1/2 minus 1 is equal to x to the negative 1/2. Okay, and then we do the same thing over here. So it's like that plus 1 plus 1/2 minus 1 there, which we know is going to be equal to -1/2. And now this guy over here, that 1 divided by x, all you have to know is that is the very definition of ln x. And we just have to write a plus c because we've done all of our integration. So that last one I'm going to touch on a bit more. 1 divided by x, right? If I integrate that, I'm going to get equal to ln x. Now what is ln? It's the natural log, right? So normally you have like e to the power of x is equal to something like 3. Then you can use in logs, and so you have your log base e, right, of 3 is equal to x. Okay, so it's useful to help solve for powers. So log base e is a special case, and it's just given as ln. Okay, so just a little bit of log laws updating for you. So I'm going to go ahead and simplify everything. Okay, it's possibly like that's your 3 marks there once you've done one round of simplification. But chat to your teacher because depending on the marker, they might say that that is all 3 marks. You don't need to simplify it. But sometimes that's written in the question. So because it hasn't asked me to not simplify, I'm going to go ahead and I am going to simplify it. So I'm going to get x to the power of 6 divided by 6. All right. Then this is like saying minus 3 divided by minus 1. Well, that's just equal to, like the signs cancel out, and what I'm left with is just a 3. And then x, right, minus 1. So instead of writing it as minus 1, I'm going to put the x down the bottom because normally we don't like having negative signs. It's just something that happens in maths. So the same sort of thing here. So we've got plus 4. Now half minus 1 is divide by minus 1 half. All right, now time for fractions. So if you've got 3 divided by 2, another way of saying that is 3 divided by 2, right? So I can write that over here. So 4 divided by minus 1 half is the same as saying 4 divided by minus 1 half. And I can also say that's equal to 3 times by 1 half, right? And likewise, I can say that's equal to 4 times by 2 divided by 1, and there's also a negative sign in there. So it's equal to minus 8, if you can see that. So 4 times by 2 is 8. It's got a minus sign, it's negative 8. Anything divided by 1 is itself. So all of this I can scrub and just write in as minus 8, and I can divide by the square root of x, okay? Because it's used to be like a half, and half is the square root. And so what we do is we bring it down the bottom to get rid of that negative sign. So it becomes x to the power of 1 half. And then I'm just going to write it as the square root of x, right? And then now I go plus ln x plus c, and that is my final equation. This guy all here in pink. Okay, so I've gone all the way through and simplified it. Probably have to do that for this question. I know it's been annoying, but it just didn't say like don't simplify. So go all the way through and simplify it. You have to get good at fractions and indice laws to really nail this question. There's heaps of other questions like this on my website. You can find it in the link below. And if you still need help, right, then you can contact me. I offer tutoring in person, online, or group. And also, you'll find that the questions on the website are similar to those that you're going to face in the exam. So they're not doing lots of textbook level questions. These are mimicking ones that have appeared in past exams before. If you have any other questions, leave a comment or like this video if it's something that helped you.